Hey, welcome back to Gather, Connect, Create. I'm your host, Megan Schultz, and this is the podcast where every week I hope to share just a tiny little inspiration, something you can do and try in your neck of the woods as a way to gather people together, build community, connect, and create with each other, because that is what we need more of in this world right now. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with me into the new year. I hope you are enjoying all of these interviews with the incredibly cool people who are doing incredibly cool things to gather people in their communities. We've talked about women's circles, we've talked about singing, we've talked about dinners, weekly dinners with friends. We've talked about voice memos and how connective those can be on the daily. And I love that week after week I'm getting ideas from people who are sending me things that they've heard of, or parties that they've tried, or things they've been invited to, or even simple little projects that they've done, which I love. So please keep them coming. That gives me fodder for these weeks and ideas for new interviews. Today I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I want to share a little story of something that happened here in the last week. And this one is inspired by my mother. So thank you, Mom. She is out in Santa Cruz, California, living the life in 70-degree weather in January while we are freezing back here in Milwaukee. And like you do when spring in California begins to come in January, you start decluttering and you start cleaning out your house. And so I want to just read you a letter that my mother sent to my daughter in a package, as part of a package with a bunch of things that she was decluttering. So I'm not sure whether I should say thank you for sending this to me, because now I've got this clutter, but I think it is a beautiful, hilarious, and poignant way to declutter. So if you're looking for some ideas, or if you want to send this on to grandparents or other people who might be able to do something similar or be creative like this with clutter, feel free. Thanks, Mom. All right, so her letter says, and settle in because it's 3 pages. Dear sweet granddaughter, welcome to the introduction to the Whistling Fake Librarian Garden and Book Club. I know that you have 3 friends in the neighborhood, so this will start out as a club for 4. I've been decluttering and wanted to pass on some clutter to your mom. And here she handwrites with an arrow to the side, just to pay her back for her messy bedroom when she was 8. Ha ha ha. And then I thought, wow, I have 4 of everything. Zoe could start a winter club. So, to get started, invite your 3 girlfriends over one day. Each friend gets a bracelet, must be worn on club day, and she says the extra pink one is for you. A pair of glasses, must be worn while the book is read. You will need to wear them down on your nose like a real librarian. Have your mom show you, or else you won't be able to see. A hair tie. Hair must be worn back or preferably put in a librarian-type bun at every meeting. A bookmark with seeds, and everyone plants in their own yard. The first one to have any sign of growth gets a special prize that I will send along in the spring. A piece of gum to chew at the first meeting. And you can have the extra, she says. Clearly, after she typed this up, she found a few more pieces of clutter, because she writes in handwriting, the little dragon can be your mascot, and the stamp you can use any way you want. It's a book. So she had a little stamp in there too. What happens at a club meeting? That's up to you, but I would love it if at every club meeting someone has to bring a very short book to read to the others. Maybe one you loved when you were little, like Giraffes Can't Dance, or the Pookie books. You can do whatever you want with the gardening part. Maybe do a neighborhood project, start a fairy garden, or pull weeds for neighbors, or sidewalk chalk flowers in March. You can do whatever you want with the whistles. Maybe whoever's reading the book has to try and whistle a song connected to the book, and the others have to guess. Maybe you use the whistles to bring the club to order. You can meet whenever and wherever you want. Anyway, happy reading, and happy gardening, and happy chewing, and happy laughing. I love you. Granby. So, thank you, Mom. But also, I just love this idea. So my mom had some readers, 4 pairs of readers, and she had 4 whistles and 4 hair ties, 4 scrunchies, 4 of those bookmarks that have the seeds embedded in them, and some gum. And she could have just thrown it away. She could have thrown it in a box for the Goodwill. She could have put it out to her Buy Nothing group, where she's quite active, I know. But instead, she put it in a package and sent it to my daughter so that she could start her own whistling fake librarian garden and book club. And she is taking this seriously. They've had 2 meetings so far, one of which was to distribute the materials. Everybody had their glasses on. I wish I had a picture to show you, but of course I did not snap one. They were intensely reading, but they really got into it. And I think this goes to the idea that there were props, of course, that were fun and silly. It also had a name, the Whistling Fake Librarian Garden and Book Club. Who wouldn't want to join a club like that? Put your hair in a bun, put some glasses down at the end of your nose, and read. I feel like I want to get a hat that says, "Let's make reading fun again." Not that it ever was not fun, but I feel like kids these days don't do as much of that. And what a fun and creative way to get these little girls excited to get together and share a book. So I thought I would pass that on in case anyone else is doing spring cleaning and has no idea what to do with the extra whatevers that you find in your junk drawer. And can you repurpose them into a little bit of creative play? I know I will be trying something like that at my women's circle that I am running this month and next month. I don't know if I'll make the ladies wear the librarian glasses, but we will be doing creative things like that to get us playing and bringing just a little bit of delight, because boy, do we need that right now when the world is so heavy. Sometimes it feels like, am I being a little tone deaf with what's going on in the world by putting this podcast out there? But I don't know. I think we need a little more of this, because the more we are doing things in community, the more we are being playful and bringing joy into the everyday, the more we can combat all of the negativity and overwhelm and horrificness of what is happening, because we need that energy as well. So that's it for today. Short and sweet. Thanks, Mom, for the inspiration. This one's going out to spring cleaners all over the world. If you've got a story like this, I would love to hear it. You can reach me by email or text, both of which can be found in the show notes. I would love to hear from you, and I always respond, so I look forward to hearing your stories. All right, until next week, remember, this is a practice. To gather, connect, and create in playful ways is a practice. Not one where we're aiming for perfection, just one where we're aiming to get better at it together. See you next week.